5 a.m., 5 minutes after midnight. In the Philippines, it's noontime, and this is the time of the day I like to start working because it's good training. It's good training. Anybody that knows anything about weather, and there's a lot of you people out there that have no understanding of the weather, to work outside when it's well over 120 degrees, that's the that for me is the best time of the day to work. 80 degrees, I don't like working in 80-degree weather. I don't like working in 90-degree weather. But I like 110, 120. And if it goes up until like 146, like it is today, I like that even more than anything else. So I'm going to show you how an alpha male works. Now, there's a reason I like 150 degrees, 140 degrees. It builds up, for me, it builds up energy. I absorb the sun like a solar panel, and then that energy goes into my workload. Now, for other people, they're a little bit, they're afraid of the sun. I would not call them sissies. They just don't have what it takes to be a real man. That's pretty much what I would say. So let me show you once again. Let me explain to you how the human body works. When you push the limits, or when I push my limits in the heat, I feel good. I feel good. And the way to do that is to either run and get your respiratory system and, moving around, or to work to swim a little bit and get your respiratory, or walking and get your respiratory, or in fact just working out in the heat will get your body doing what it's supposed to do. Regulate the heat. It's almost like using something that you don't use every day. For me, I don't know about you. I don't know about the sissies. Well, I have a pretty good idea that the sissies, they don't like the heat. I can tell you. I've heard people complain about 90 degrees. 90 degrees. I'm just getting started at 90. We're talking 146 in the sun, baby. So let me show you what I got, and I'll show you how to prove it. So I got this thermal imager that measures up to 1,100 degrees. It's for a car. We're not talking about some sissy thermal imager that measures the heat of your forehead. No, we're not talking about. I have one of those too. That's an indoor sissy tool. But this one here, this is a GM, a Golf Mike 320 Sierra. A Golf Mike 320 Sierra. And what this does is it measures the exhaust temperature of a car. You shoot it at the block at a different, on the head bolts, and it tells you if the head of the motor is consistently cool, and if that's the case, then your cooling system is working properly. If the head on one side of the head is 195 and on the other side of the head is 215, well, you have a blockage in the head. So let me show you that 146 is my optimal temperature by showing you the temperature of the deck. So let's go over here. Now, of course, this is what I'm standing on to work. So this is the deck temperature. Oh, it's 152. Oh, I feel much better. Oh, wow. Now, that's why I feel so good. 154. 154. That's why I'm feeling so energetic today. So now every different piece of the deck is a different temperature. Like this wood should be about 110 or 115. 127. 124. I guess today is hotter than I thought. Maybe I should go in the house and put the aircon on. Woohoo! Oh, the horse will build itself. So what I'm doing is I'm building a horse out of 2.5-inch thick cocoa lumber. So let's see what the white on the deck looks like. That's 123. 123, baby. So that the coolest section of where I'm working is 123 degrees. So when you hear people crying, Fazio, he's not working in 146. I am. I'm working in 146 degree temperature and loving it. So stop listening to people that don't understand how the weather works. I can tell you exactly how the human body works. It's like I said before, a good brisk walk or fast walk will get your respiratory system working, or if you wanted to go swimming or running on a hot day at noon like this, for me that's a good thing. I can't run anymore because I have a bad knee, but if I could run, I would run. But so by going out in the sun and really pushing the limit, pushing it in the sun, for me, it makes my body work to cool my inside out, cool the insides off, and that makes the exhilarating feeling by having your body work hard to do something. That's for me. For other people, you could call that they might want to cry under the same circumstances. Now, I don't see anybody coming out here and offering to help me in the heat because, oh, he's crazy working out in... Dude, all over the world, people work outside in the heat. You don't hear them crying. They wake up in the morning at 5 o'clock. They have a breakfast. They go work. And they work all day. And at the end of the day, they may have talked about the heat and they may not, because crying about the heat doesn't get you anywhere. Now, moving on to Roberto and Popeye. Roberto and Popeye are not, and Owl, are not going to be featured on Expat Trash of the Philippines. They're not going to be featured on Expat Trash of the Philippines because they expose the trash of the Philippines. So, deflecting from your own foibles, if you had your wife or girlfriend in some bar, hello, man, hop on. If you had your wife or your girlfriend in some bar and you were passing her around like candy at a church festival, you might be in the queue to be on Expat Trash of the Philippines. I can't say for sure because, hello, I don't have a crystal ball, but I can tell you for sure. I found out fact all of those videos that you posted of being in the bars with the girls with the numbers on their hips, they were all recorded, man. I checked into that. Hey, pass the beaver. Pass the beaver. That's a video that Flying Circus made. I saw that last week. So if you were in a bar and you were passing beers around or drinks around like they were, like party favors, that's all on you, dude. That's all on you. You're in the queue. I will tell you that. I won't tell you much more about that other than the fact that I have to go to Danbury, Connecticut. If I want a job in the HVAC business, I have to go to Danbury, Connecticut and take a look at a company that offered me a job. I don't know that I want to work that job. There's the guy... I spoke with a fella named Fred. Seemed like a nice enough guy. Offered me a really good salary, something I could live with. But then I said to him, well, I have to set up transportation in America, and I have to I'll have to get it. He said, don't worry about that. We got a car for you. We'll give you a company car. And as an inquiry, I said, what kind of car do you got for me? He goes, we got a 2006 Chevy Silverado 2-door truck. I says, you're going to give me that piece of junk as an incentive to come back to America to work? He goes, that's a good car. That's a good car. That's a good truck. A 2006 Chevy Silverado. That's some of my best employees have owned those. We had a whole fleet of them at one time. So I said, hey, Fred, I don't know about this. I don't know about that. But I'll talk to you about that later. So I don't know that I'm going to go back, and I got to go back. Danbury, Connecticut. Has anybody ever been to Danbury? I've been there many times. I went out with a girl named Vivian Rupert. Rupert. R-U-P-E-R-T. Rupert. Beautiful girl. German. And I used to go to the Danbury State Fair in Danbury, Connecticut, when they had the Clydesdale horses. Oh, that was a beautiful thing. That was I was actually back in the 70s. I wonder what Vivian was such a nice girl. If it didn't take 2.5 hours to go back and forth to see her, I probably would have really stayed with her for a very long time. And that was a long time to be traveling back then. 1977, I dated her. Danbury, Connecticut. They had the Danbury State Fair there, and Mrs. Rupert, she used to put me up. She had a spare room. I remember she had these huge comforters that she made. She knitted. Anyway, I'm sure that Vivian had a wonderful life. She was what a sweet girl she was. So I got to get to work now. I'll show you what today's job is, and then I'll show you what I'm doing. So I have this part of the job pretty much wrapped up. I'm building a horse. Of course, a horse. You could see that right there. I'm building a horse that will hold 1,000 pounds. So that's the first half, and this is the second half. I'm using marine stainless steel bolts, nuts, and washers. However, in addition, the bolt is to hold up the weight. The bolt is to hold up the weight. What keeps it from tweaking or racking will be the additional side, the lateral pieces that are going to eventually go on the side from here to the side like that. But also, I put pins in this lumber here. I will pre-drill, and then I will put 30 penny nails through this lumber. 30 penny nails. And I will pre-drill the holes, and I will put them down on an angle like that, on an angle like that, on an angle like that, and an angle like that. There's 4 on this side, 4 on this side, and then I flip the board over, and I put 3 on the other side, or 4. Depends on how I feel. I have a lot of these nails. So the nails keep it from racking. The bolts, when squeezed down, hold 1,000 pounds of weight, no problem. Plus, there's going to be additional frame support here. So I just want to let Popeye and Roberto know, and Allo, the great Allo DeWinter, they have nothing to worry about. They are not going to be featured on Expat Trash of the Philippines. But others, yes, not today. Others will be featured on Expat Trash of the Philippines. And those others happen to be the people that are talking about Popeye and Roberto. Or Popeye and Roberto's ex-friend. So you people out there, you should learn what it means to work out in the sun, in the 154-degree sun. Learn how good for me, how that makes me feel. 129, 146, 142, 131. See how the temperature changes? 154. Oh my God, 140. Yeah, baby. Yeah, baby. You think I lie to you? I wouldn't lie to you. But the body, if you have a good body, your body probably doesn't get hotter than about 90 degrees. So let's take a look at that. Let's take my hand here and we'll take a measurement. 86 degrees. If your body circulation is working properly, your body will never get hotter than 89 or 90 degrees. 85 degrees, 87 degrees, 86 degrees. Let's see if we could, I'm not sure that you could see that. Let's see. Hold on a minute. This is hard. So what do we have here? We have 81. On the inside of the hand, we have 83, 88. On the arm itself, 82. So anybody that tells you that the body temperature is 89.6, that's a lie. It's a lie. It's a lie, I tell you. Inside the core, inside your head, inside your chest cavity, it could be 98.6, but typically the skin temperature, your hand temperature is always somewhere in the 80s. And that's a healthy temperature. So don't listen to these people that give you bad medical information. Listen to me. I have the thermal imager. I'm showing you what temperatures are. 96 degrees, because this is a dark surface. Listen to Michael. Michael has the answers. Michael knows that this piece of wood is 120 degrees. Oh, it's down to 103, 101. The wind cooled it off. Ladies and gentlemen, thanks for enjoying my attic long, as I call it. Attic long means jokes. Joking in the Philippines. So if the sun is too much for you, don't go outside. I'm serious about that. Some people are weak. Some people are very weak, and their hearts are not built for going out in the sun. Some people are weak, and they just can't go out in the sun or the cold. Or some people are weak. There's a lot of different people. There's a lot of different kinds of weaknesses. There's weakness that I don't want to walk around because there's a lot of people, and then there's weaknesses that I don't want to walk around because it's dusty, and then there's weaknesses that I don't want to walk around because it's hot, and then there's weaknesses that I don't want to walk around because it's going to rain. There's all kinds of weaknesses out there. Don't let those weaknesses interfere with your life. If you think that you're afraid to go outside for whatever, because you're afraid to go outside for whatever reason, just don't go outside. Put the aircon on, which is really bad to live in air-conditioned spaces. Put the aircon on and relax and just let life pass you by. If possible, just sit in a chair for the rest of your life. I knew a man that did that. His name was Mr. Stosa. Mr. Stosa. He lived 2 doors away from me. Mr. Stosa was a police officer. We lived, and he lived at 38. He lived at 162, like 34 or 36. And he was a police officer his whole life, every day, active in the garden, active. He had the most beautiful flower garden and vegetable garden, Mr. Stosa. I'll never forget him. He was a cool dude, man. He was a police officer, walked to work, walked up to the train station every day. He retired. And for whatever reason, he sat down in his recliner and died 6 months later. He never got out of that reclining chair. He had a massive heart attack. His whole life he was active. But being that he became inactive, One day he got up to get something from the kitchen, and Mrs. Stosa said he fell down, and she found him on the floor because he was inactive. See this? So if you're inactive, then stay inactive. If you're afraid to go outside and afraid of the heat, afraid of the rain, afraid of the wind, afraid of the dust, afraid of too many people, afraid of the dogs. And the one thing you really got to watch out for in the Philippines, there's a lot of dogs. Oh, God. There's so many dogs here. There are so many dogs. You know, I saw, Jim Alva. I heard that getting a holster made. I have a holster. I heard he's getting a holster made for that temperature gun. I got one right here, Jim. I got this one comes with a holster right here. I painted it yellow, so I couldn't. I have trouble seeing, so I paint everything yellow. But you may have noticed, I paint a lot of stuff yellow. So I was talking about dogs. Jim Alva, thank you for stopping by. I really do have to call you. So I was talking about dogs, right? I was just talking about dogs. And so I have a holster. It actually has a holster that you put right on your belt. And it has a lanyard as well. So this tool cost about, it was 369 pesos. It was cheap. It's like under $7, $8, something like that. So I was talking about dogs. Let me put my face in the picture, because when I talk about the dogs in the Philippines, you people will think I'm kidding you, but I'm not kidding you. Flying circus. I set my air conditioner to 90. 90. I set my aircon to 90 degrees. It's a new model. Pass the beaver, says Flying Circus. So, those 90-degree aircons, it's a, what, is it one of those models where you have some of it in the house and some of it outside, and you don't want to overwork it? I've heard about those new 90-degree aircons. So, let me tell you about the dogs in the Philippines. You won't believe this, but I've been watching a lot of YouTube videos. They got dogs here in the female dogs in the Philippines. They got female dogs in the Philippines that have testicles. I swear to God. I swear to God. I saw a video the other day of a female dog that had boys. Imagine the surprise, the chagrin when that person realized that his female dog had boys. Ah, God. So I gotta get to work. So if anybody has a question as to what I'm using or what I'm doing, please ask it now. We've had a half hour of Attic Long. Still stinks, says Flying Circus. Does a fast draw in the mirror. Loses every time. Did you hear him rattling off that Roberto and Popeye were going to get featured on Expat Trash in the Philippines? You know, now all kidding aside, there's no way. Now, I don't even like some of the people on YouTube, and some of them I like less than others, but for whatever reason, I've watched all of Roberto's videos for 6 years now, 7 years, and I've watched all of Popeye's videos. There is no way that anything they've ever done is going to qualify them for a spot on Expat Trash in the Philippines. So I think it was deflection. I don't understand why he does that. I don't understand why he did paranoia. He's looking for attention. I'm not real sure. There was a fella that I spoke with. Take a bowel movement too. I don't know anything about that. There was a fella that said hello to me on the show yesterday. I have not talked to him got to be 3 years or more. I was accused of conversating, I say conversating, with a fella named Ken on a regular basis. And that Ken is behind some of the channels on YouTube. He's not. Well, he might be, I don't know, but I haven't spoken with him in 3 years. I've left messages, many, and he has never returned my message, so I don't know what's up with that. Ah, stale in the CR. I could go a lot of places with that. So, look, Stale, if you're listening, I haven't spoken with Ken in going on 3 years, number one. Number two, I have no idea if he's in touch with the people that you said he was in. But I do know he doesn't have time or the wish, want, will, or desire for a second channel. He only says hello to a few people, and I haven't seen him in 3 years. But you have to make, I think you do it. Like you choreograph everything, right? Like I choreograph the temperatures, right? You have to choreograph everything so you'll get views. That was what you learned how to do when you were in college, because you're not good at anything else except drama. You have no videos, nothing on your channel worthy of content, in my opinion. So you have to create drama. You have to choreograph negativity in order for you to get views. Why do you think you get views? People don't like you, dude. They don't like you. They never liked you. They're never going to like you. They go to your channel to break your chops. They don't break my chops because I block them right away. See, that's what, and inside your head, you believe that people like you. They don't. I'm not being hard on you. I'm not lying to you. When you say, Fazio, when you showed your mushroom, that's your way of acquiring drama. That's your only outlet to get views, to get other people with the negative things that you say. It's drama. You do that well, but you have no real content. Real content is when men put stuff up that they've done in life. Flying Circus, you would say Flying Circus doesn't have any real content. Yet he shares with me pictures of his house, where he lives, what his father did, jobs that he's got, things going on in his yard. And a lot of other people do the same thing. I know he's a real man. I know he does real things in life. YouTube is just a thing that he does for fun. He's not all about the crazy stuff he puts on his channel. In a way, he creates content on his channel with dramatic effects. But you have nothing to show for your life. You have nothing to show for your life. Nothing on your channel. Now, that you may have something to show on your channel, but you personally have never done anything to show. You have possessions, and you say, I'm going to go out and I'm going to paint, but you never show anybody of you actually painting. I'm going to go out and I'm going to trim the lawn, but you never show anybody you trimming the lawn. I'm going to go out and I'm going to cut the forest down next to the house, but you never show anybody you doing the work. Content is when the man who runs the channel creates the content with him doing the work. That's content. You create drama. You're good at that, but not much else. Now me, I got to go back to work because like DNC said yesterday, this horse is not going to build itself. And I got nails and bolts to put in place, and hopefully by the end of the day, I will have the two horses set up on the bench here, 1 and 2, and I'll have the rails on the side, and then I'll have my horizontal and lateral braces in here. So I got to get back to work. Thanks for watching. It'll be about a half an hour before I look at the camera again, so you guys can go take a break, you can watch. But when you mention Fazio showed his mushroom, do you have anything else to talk about except other people? Is the question. Do you show content? Do you have content? The answer, of course, is no. You have no content. You've never shown anybody anything that you've ever actually physically done. You showed them a wall before with the weeds in front of it, and you showed them a wall after with the weeds gone, and you said, I cut all the weeds. Nobody believes you. Nobody ever will. That's content. All righty. This wood is so hard that even though I drilled the hole almost the same size as the drill bit, the nail, it won't go through. It's like trying to punch a hole through a piece of steel. Gonna have to go up one more size. Well, another size, baby. Another bigger one. Another bigger one. I don't even know that the next size is going to be okay. But try it. That ain't even no good. I'm going up another. I'm going to have to go up another size. This is the hardwood. There's no doubt about that. I'm going to check the comments in about, probably under 2 minutes, probably 90 seconds or less. Okay. Mike Dowdy. Sometimes it is, I was talking to the neighbor, 50,000 reward. Someone burnt up a backhoe. Who is that? Aloe DeWinter. Hey, Aloe. Wow, we got a lot of comments here. Ask not what your country can do for you. I saw that. I want beans and franks with my mushrooms tomorrow. Very, very, very subtle. That was very subtle. Ask not what the Foz can do for you. Ask what you can do for the Foz. One thing that guy can do is stop sending me those shit emails that he keeps sending. I know you don't know anything, dude. I haven't talked to Ken in 3 years. Stop crying. Good afternoon, gentlemen, says Mike Dowdy. Hello, Michael. All right, Aloe and Michael are having a little soiree there. Okay, anybody have any questions? Let me know now, because otherwise I'm going to go back to work. I want to finish those horses. The horse, I got the two frames pretty much built. Those nails, that wood is very, very, there's a wood called ironwood, I-R-O-N, ironwood. and they have that wood in. They make the. They used to make the boardwalks out of it. Rockaway Beach Boardwalk and Jones's Beach Boardwalk. It's not much different than hardened cocoa lumber, but it is a completely different wood species. But it's you can't drive a nail through it. Like this wood, you can't drive a nail through this. It's impossible. When the tree was first cut down, you could put a nail through that, but not now when it's hard. Okay, anybody else have anything to say? Because I'm going back to work. I'll give you 60 seconds, and then I'm going back to work. 59, 58, 57, 56. Okay, I don't see any more comments. I'm going to put the camera down, and I'm going to start on the lateral pieces, the lateral. That all has to be drilled. I do want to get the chainsaw. I might make a notch for the laterals, a 1/4 inch deep notch. Matter of fact, I think that's what I'm going to do. Okay, no comments. I'll be back in about a minute. I have the chainsaw out. I just have it set up by the house. I was doing something else. I'll be back in about 45, 50 seconds. Okay. Then I got to set the bench up completely different. Mike, you're a fucking asshole. Okay, so I made the notches on one side of the horse. Now I got to flip the horses around like that, 180, well, to the other side of the leg. I have the legs marked 1 and 2, bottom, top, 1 and 2, bottom, top. Now I have to cut the other side. So if nobody has a question, hello, LaRue. Thanks for stopping by. I don't know why it's buffering. Well, I do know why it's buffering. We have a pretty good storm here in Bohol somewhere. I don't know where it is. And also, this phone is a piece of garbage. Since I had it fixed, the Samsung phone, even though I'm only 40 feet from the modem, the Samsung phone is a piece of garbage. Anybody that ever buys a Samsung, my iPhone works like a champ. I have a cheap phone that I paid $120 for 8 years ago that did break last year. It would go 100 feet from the house. This freaking phone, this Samsung, I only use it because to set it up on the iPhone is more difficult. So this is a quick setup. But what a piece of junk the Samsung phone is. Okay, I'm going to flip those horses around. And then I'm going to make a notch. I got to mark the 3 and the 4 board off. And make the notches for the other side. Boy, what a piece of junk this thing is. 40 feet from the house, not moving, not in the rain, not weather, windy day, and it stops. And it does this, did it yesterday too. Piece of garbage. Samsung phones, never, ever, ever again. I'm going to go get a glass of, I'm going to go get some water. I'll be right back. back. Oh, I needed something cold to drink. I got a bottle of ice water. Oh, and that is cold. Okay. All right, so I'm going to switch this around. Oh. I think I'm going to trim this off. First, I'm going to trim off the excess that I left on yesterday. Because I didn't know how long to cut it, so I left the extra ½ inch. But this is good enough. getting hot out here now. Oh. Ah. gonna check the phone. If it doesn't work, I'm shutting it off. Which you would never know because I'm gonna shut it off. If it's not recording right now, this piece of junk. Okay, it's still on. Okay, so those are the notches for the side number 2. And then I gotta straighten those out a little bit. And they're on a little bit of an angle. Not that it matters. I gotta just level that out. I don't like the way that looks. It won't hurt anything. And it's not the exact size just yet, so I got time. All right. I'm gonna go back to work. I guess somebody's having a live stream. You all went to go look at their live stream. Not that my live stream is important. Nothing important going on here. Whoa. Ha! Ha! Okay. Close enough, baby. Close enough. On my original horse, it extended 6.5 inches out. So I got to raise that up 6.5 inches off the deck. I want to make it identical because that's what worked last time. So now I'm definitely taking a break. I'll sit down for 5 minutes and talk to LaRue if she's still here. Are you still here, LaRue? So I don't have much time left on the phone. Only another hour. I don't know. I don't think I'm going to get to that today. Well, I don't think I'm going to finish this today for sure. So what time is it now? It's 2:12. Whoa! Oh, that's no good. I just sat down on the old horse and the old horse broke. Just the weight. It's all termite rotten out. Look at this. Look what happened here. Look at that. I just sat on that. That just broke. I was going to try to reuse this, but now we're going to use this to... We have a pig roast in 2 weeks. We have a big pig roast here for the fiesta. They asked me for firewood yesterday. So, this whole horse, the whole horse, this was an industrial grade horse. That whole horse will become firewood for the pig roast. Oh, I didn't expect that to break. I never expected that to break. I thought that piece of wood was still intact. Look at that. Just from my little bit of weight that I sat on that went like that. Oh yeah, it's getting hot here now. Okay, so I don't think I'm gonna do much more today. I got a lot of sawdust in my sneakers. In my boots. It's getting really hot. You know, I don't really mind working in the heat, but today it's not as windy as it was the other day. And I have to do, I don't really have to do that much. I have to raise that up off the deck with another piece of 2x3 front and back. Then I can put the horizontals on one side. That I could do almost now. Working with this wood is because you can't nail it, which is okay because it's super strong and hard, but it's 3 extra steps. Put it together, drill it. 2 extra steps, drill it, and then nail it with the big 30-penny nails. But that will hold it together. And also, no, 3 extra steps, because I'm going to put screws in this as well as nails. So I'll put 2 nails and 2 screws. So it's 3 extra steps. Normally I would just put screws in it, but you have to pre-drill the screws no matter. So, I don't know who's here. Nobody's here. I went inside, they're having a battle. I saw a live stream battle with a couple of the YouTubers. They're getting into it really strong. I was laughing. I don't have time to watch that. Too bad. I wanted to watch it. It's an amazing thing what's going on here in YouTube. Just people telling me that my ex-girlfriend Daisy May was sleeping with everybody in Bahal. That's ridiculous. They'll pay for that dearly. And meanwhile, we could use the old adage, people who live in glass houses shouldn't throw stones. But apparently he doesn't understand that, because he thought that all of his private life would remain private. But that's not always the case. That's not always the case. So if anybody has a question, now is a good time to ask the question. Because I have about, I don't know, 40 minutes? No, I have 45 minutes left on the phone. I'm going to raise that. It's level on the deck. I'm going to raise it up one more. See how I have it? Up on 1 2x3. Where is that? Where the heck did it go? There it is. Oh, it's up there. Okay. See how I have it up one 2x3 underneath the C-clamp? I'm going to raise it up one more. So it's going to go up 6 inches higher off the deck, and then I'm going to put one board in. I'll make one screw hole and one screw, tack it in place. Although I could put those vertical stanchions. I could set them on the bench now. I just have to move 2 things. That would probably be the easiest way. All right, so I'm going to take the A-frames and put them up on the bench vertical, and I'll put the horizontals on right now. And anybody that's watching can watch me do a little carpentry instead of talking. Like DNC said, that horse ain't going to build itself. Okay. Let's go. Yeah, I think we got a 60-kilo pig coming to the party. I'm not real sure. I'm looking forward to that. Yeah, we haven't had any pig roasts here since the COVID, really. I don't remember the last time we had a pig roast. We had a little pig for Christmas. Like 10 kilos. But I'm looking forward to a big pig roast for the fiesta. Dominic, good afternoon. Mein Hafen. Hello. Very good, thank you. Salamat. Ah. That was a complete accident, but it worked. This wood is really hard. Hard to figure out what size drill bit to use. That nail never even got through the first piece of wood. That one did. Yay. I'm done for the day. I'm definitely done for the day. I'm done for the day. Definitely done for the day. 3 hours of that stuff. That's enough in the sun. Even though I love working in the sun, you know that. You know how I love working in the sun. But 3 hours is enough. Three hours in the sun, more than enough. Plus, I put in about 20 nails. I'm not used to working like that every day. So let's see who we got here. The Coffee House. Old world skills, sir, just like ancestors used to make. That's right. I'll show it to you up close and personal in a minute. I just want to sit down for a minute. Let me read the comments. The Coffee House. Greetings to the host. Please be careful. Oh, you got to be careful when you're operating a hammer and a chainsaw and a power miter. You don't throw caution to the wind when you're operating a chainsaw. So I did pretty good. I only had 2 nails collapse on me. Now, I will tell you that the reason those nails collapsed, number one, Daisy May and I, at some point over the last 5 years, we took those nails out of another out of other wood, number one, and then we flattened them out on the anvil. So they were already tweaked, most of them. And the second reason is they're rusty. The third reason is they might be 10 or 12 years old. So being that they're kinked, if you don't hit them not flat with the head, that you got to understand. Hitting them flush with the head might be the right way, but it might not. You got to figure out where the nail has got a wobble in it and try to hit it center line of the wobble. So I didn't smash any down into the lumber. I almost had to smash this one down, but now I got two, and I put them in on angles like this. I put it in like this, and like this. I call it the cat's paw, or the lion's claw, as we say in the Masons. So in this one, I had more meat on this one, so I put 4 nails in this one. One on an angle like that, one on an angle like that, one on an angle like this, and one straight into the center. This one I got 3 in also, because I got a lot of meat on this wood. So we have it bolted now with 1/2-inch stainless steel bolts, which are these bolts here. These are 1/2-inch non-magnetic marine stainless steel. And these bolts are about, the ones I used were the longer ones. They're about $10, $12 a piece. These are probably $6 each because they're marine stainless. If they were just regular stainless, that would be something else. But these bolts are used for the transoms of boats with 350, 400, 500 horse motors, or 450 horse motors. And they go through the transom, and that's what they came out of, 250s, 200s, 300s, 350s, because that's all they had when I took those motors apart. So this is a good solid piece to step on. This is another piece to step on, and then of course there'll be pieces up on top. So I'm gonna actually say to the coffee house, thank you for stopping by, and then we're gonna have a little bit of water here. I have a little bit of ice water right here. No more ice. But it's cold. So tomorrow, it takes about 45 minutes to put the tools away, and then I got to take a bath. So it's already going on, I don't know what time it is, 3 o'clock? 3 o'clock, 2:50. So by the time I get this, it'll be almost 4 o'clock by the time I get everything away. And then I got to take a bath. That takes a half an hour. So I'm done for the day. And I've been out here since 11:30. So it's only 3.5 hours. But I haven't worked in a really long time. So let's see if there's any more comments. If not, thank you, the coffee house, for stopping by. If not, I'm going to put this camera back over there, and I'll sort everything out. I'll get it ready for tomorrow. Oh, the other piece just broke. Oh man, that's crazy. That's crazy. That can't be. No, it didn't break. It just got loose. I didn't think that would be possible. I don't weigh that much. I only weigh 35 kilos. Okay, so I'm going to put everything, sort the tools out, and put everything away for the night. Oh, I'll be back in, just over a minute. If anybody's watching, I'm just putting the tools away. Uh, uh, that that is the end of another day. So altogether I had 6 hours on this project before today, 3 today, 9 hours. But I'm doing everything by hand really, so it's not a long time. I'll say goodnight, goodbye. I'm Bing Permy. I'm Bing Permy from the Philippines, baby. And, oh, it feels good to sit down. Hello, Dennis. Good afternoon. I'm done for the day, Dennis. I just gotta put that extension cord away, and then I got half the horse built. I got nails on enough nails to hold it together. I really need to find. I have 8-inch lag bolts. I have about 100 8-inch lag bolts. I would really like to put one lag bolt through the center of each step, right at the right where the step meets the frame, and that would because the nails eventually from walking up and down that thing, they come out. But if you lag bolt it, that will lock the nails in place. So I haven't been able to find those bolts. I have them somewhere. I didn't really put a lot of effort into it because I'm not ready for that yet. But I'll be drilling those out and putting they're 5/16 lag bolts. They're not big lags. I'll be putting a 5/16 lag bolt on each one of those steps, if for no other reason, just to hold it in place. So thanks for stopping by, Dennis. And I'm gonna say goodnight. Good night. Good night. You know, when I was a kid, we went to a Randazzo's Clam House in Sheepshead Bay, Brooklyn, and it was right on the water, but not. It was across the street from the water, and at night, we would go there, 30, 40 people. 30 or 40 of us would go there. We kept different hours. We were in the wintertime. I was a night person, not because I went out to clubs or bars or anything like that, but a lot of the people that we stayed with in the wintertime, there's nothing to do in the snow and during the day anyway. So at night we had lots of barbecues in the snow. We did go out to clubs, but not every. We went out to a club on Monday night. We went to Club 231, and that was in Garden City. And on Friday night, we went to Club Eliphas, because Mikey Morash owned that club, and we all knew Mike. He lived only 500 feet from my house, but we grew up. Michael, his brother Tommy, and his other brother Doug, and I grew up, but we all grew up together. So, but once a week, we would the whole crew, call it a crew, whatever you want to call it, would go out for dinner. We would go to the Carolinas restaurant. I think it was Avenue B or C in a really bad neighborhood in Brooklyn, the Carolinas restaurant. And then we would go, that place had really good food, but it was a really, really bad neighborhood. Oh God, they had to keep an armed guard in the parking lot. I'm talking back in the 70s and the 80s, but they had great food. They had fantastic food. But we tried to go to a different restaurant every other time. So we would go to Randazzo's, and they would sing that song, "Goodnight, Mrs. Calabash," or Caladash, the Jimmy, the guy with the long nose. I forgot his name. Jimmy Durante. Good night, wherever you are. And we all knew the song at that time. there was no way to record it. No one had anything much more than a cassette recorder. I don't think anybody ever recorded it. And I might have some pictures of that. I might not. But when I say good night like that, when I say it twice, Junior, okay, Junior JP Ortega. Yeah, I do a live stream when I'm doing work like this. I do now today. I'm building this horse will be good to hold 1,000 pounds. It's not like a regular horse. It's got a double strap across the front, a double strap across the back, and on top, it will have 2-inch by 4-inch lumber up on top. When I find 2 more pieces for the top, and then I will show you what it's for. But tomorrow, I'll put the other straps on. I do a little bit of work. I do a little bit of clowning around. I do a little bit of sarcasm. I'm really good at that, believe it or not. And then, and this is my little work area in the back of the house. And it serves its purpose. That bench, hey, Blue Jay. That bench is, well, now it's only 12 feet long, but I had to cut the end of the bench off to do something with the plywood on the bench. I needed a piece of plywood. So I cut 4 feet of the plywood off the bench. But that bench, it goes, there's one more bracket, and it goes 16 feet when it's all together. So it's a 16-foot long workbench by 4 feet deep workbench. And it will be that again one day. And then I set the miter up, and then I have my blocks of wood, and then I might have a different function at the other end of the bench, maybe painting or whatever, dressing down lumber with a power planer. So JP Ortega, well, thank you for stopping by. I'm pretty much done. I was out here for just under 3 hours today. Just about 3 hours right now. 3 hours the live stream was on, and it's pretty hot here. If you go back to the beginning of the live stream, those batteries on the ground now, those batteries were 154 degrees. That horse is going to be a stallion and never to be broke. Well, I'll give you a close-up while you're here. I got to get over there anyway. Ugh. So this is the lumber that I'm using is called cocoa lumber. It grows in coconut trees, but there's all different grades of this stuff. There's cocoa lumber that's soft, and you can put a nail right through it. This is seasoned, old-growth cocoa lumber. You can't put a nail through this. That's not possible. Not a 10-penny nail, not a 16-penny nail, not a 30-penny nail. These are 30 pennies, these nails. That's a 30-penny nail. Now, they're used nails, but even if it was new, it would be impossible to put a nail through this. This wood is as hard as what we use in America to build commercial decks out of. Ironwood, they call it. Ironwood. It's so heavy. It's so dense. The ironwood is so dense that it sinks. This cocoa lumber is almost that dense where it will sink in the salt water. So you have to pre-drill everything. So, and then on the sides, for the vertical stanchions, this is a solid 2 inches of lumber across. You can see the top one is just better than 2 inches, 2 and 1/4, 2 3/8, and then that's put together with 1/2-inch stainless steel bolts, marine stainless steel bolts with nuts and washers. So the bolts will hold the weight of the vertical weight, and then the nails will keep it from racking. And there's 4 nails here, 4 over there, and 3 coming from the back side. So the nails keep it from racking. If I had an unlimited amount of bolts, I'd probably use 2 3/8 bolts, but 1/2 inch dead center to catch the heartwood is enough. So this will hold up 1,000 pounds. I've had 1,000, 1,500 pounds on a much less grade lumber, a much cheaper white lumber, what we would call white pine in America. But if you build the horse right, it'll hold up 1,000 pounds. But this one will hold up 1,000 pounds for years to come. I doubt very much that this will ever get a chance to break, because I'll put one more strap on the back of the verticals if I think I need it. I don't think I need it though. I might put a strap across here. I cut them already. I might put a strap across here like that, but I gotta find some lag bolts. I have lag bolts. I have a milk crate like that, full right to the top, wall to wall, with lag bolts, every size, from 2 inches, 4 inches, 5 inches, 6 inches, 7 inches, 8 inches, and 10 inches. I can't pick the milk crate up. That's how many lag bolts are in it. So, thanks for stopping by. So tomorrow, I'll probably get out here around 10 o'clock in the morning. You're welcome for the tour. You said thanks, you're welcome. So I'll probably get out here tomorrow around 10 o'clock. I'm going to spin this unit. I'm going to spin it around. I'm going to put the straps, the horizontals, on the other side. And then, I don't know. I have other lumber. I have a whole, believe me when I tell you, I have lumber. Let's see what I got. I have this lumber. I have 2x. I have 3x. I have 4 5x. I have 2x. This is a good solid piece of cocoa lumber, actually. Yeah, I'll probably make the top out of this piece. I might even rip down one of these 3x, because I got to use this for something else. And I got enough of them. I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 6 2x8s, full 2 inch by 8 inches. And then I got some 3x7s. It's an odd piece. It's what when they cut the tree down, they get oddball sizes. So I'll come over here tomorrow and I'll snatch this, either snatch one of these 2x4s, or I think I'll just rip down a 3x. I'll just rip down a 3x. I gotta bust this pile apart to do that though. We have plenty of lumber. I got a big project coming up. I'll use all that lumber in about 2 days. Okay. So, JP Ortega, thank you. Dennis, LaRue, everybody else, thank you very much for stopping by. I'll see you guys tomorrow morning around, I think I'll be out here at 10 o'clock. I got a video of my parents having a conversation. My dad and my mom, they used to argue a lot. Not over nonsense. My dad had diabetes, and he would want to have a soda, and he wasn't allowed to have sugar. And my mom would go in, Tom, you're not supposed to have any sugar. Oh, Fran, get out of here. The doctor never said that. You're making up those stories. I don't know what I'm going to do with you, Tom. Go inside, do the dishes. It reminded me a lot of Archie Bunker. In fact, that's the name of the video. because he sounds a little bit like Archie Bunker. I think I'll make that public. We're in the bedroom. I'm unloading stuff from New York to go to Florida. It's kind of like something that you normally wouldn't record, but I was only in New York for 2 or 3 weeks. I wanted to buy my dad a big screen TV. The TV that he had was a 27-inch Zenith, I think it was. Pretty sure it was a Zenith. He had bought it in the 60s. And he complained that the TV wasn't working. So I was in Florida and I had some time. So I said, let me come up and I'll buy him a TV. So we went to a store called PC Richards it was on Liberty Avenue and Cross Bay Boulevard, or Rockaway Boulevard and Cross Bay Boulevard. It was right between two streets. So I went to PC Richards with my dad and we picked out a 48-inch flat screen TV, and I bought it. And couldn't bring it home. It had to be loaded into a truck the next day. And when I got home, my brother had a brand new Sharp TV. Ooh, Archie. Hey, how you doing, Red Horse? Hey, I love those shoes you gave me. Thank you. I wear them. I haven't taken a video of them. I should have. I wore them the other day. They're really comfortable for walking in the water. Thanks a lot, man. They're called Keen, K-E-E-N. I just was looking at the box. I just drew the box out, as a matter of fact. So my dad, we bought him a TV. I bought him a TV. But my brother would have paid half the TV if I would have mentioned it to him. But I said, come on, Dad, let's go get a television. The television might have just started spinning. So we went and bought a TV. And when I got home, my brother had a brand new 26-inch Sharp TV in the house. Saw that video of you and your mom on the Port Jeff ferry. I had family out there, Port Jefferson. Now, that was a nice place. I didn't have any family out there, but I forgot the name. It wasn't far from Port Jeff. My uncle Stewie, he had pigeons. I remember that. And he was a fisherman. Oh, he was a fisherman. I forgot the name. But yeah, that's a nice area on the Long Island Sound over there. He didn't live anywhere near the water, but I did. I didn't work. I didn't live anywhere near there either, but I did work there on a tugboat once. We used to bring. I don't know. I don't remember what we were, scows from Port Jeff, and dumped them over by Connecticut. It was not far from Port Jeff. We used to drive out to Port Jeff. They lived in Miller Place, nearby. Yeah, the old days. So that, I had been on that ferry once before, but I was a little kid. And that was, I took my mom to the Foxwood Casino, I think it was. I don't gamble. I took her out there for 2 days. I don't put $1. I don't gamble. I'm not a gambler. She played for 2 days, and I think it cost me $1,500 but normally she would win. And when she won, she always gave me and my brother money. She would say, here, and she'd hand you a nut. Here, I did good. She would go to Atlantic City once a week. She went to Atlantic. She was a slot machine addict, man. She would sit in front of a slot machine till it bled. But it didn't bleed when I was out there at Foxwood. I was bleeding. She goes, I didn't know we were going to the casino. I would have brought money. Don't worry, Mom, I got all the money we need. I almost ran out. She went through 1,500. By the second day, she was down 2,500. And then she hit something. I was outside doing something else. I don't like casinos. And she goes, I'm done. And she did good. She got back $1,000 of the losses. I did good. But she would go to Atlantic City once. Mega Millions. Well, needless to say, good luck. Wow. Better hit it soon. I'm getting old. Even if you hit it, I know I'm getting an end of that. I don't need a lot, but $1.5 billion, nobody needs that much money. You need to put me on the list. I don't care. Put my name in a lotto. Put me in for 10,000. I'll be all right. Good luck. Good luck. Hey, buddy, how you doing? Could you imagine? Somebody got to win it. Somebody has to win it. I mean, eventually. Yeah, I just got lost in thought there. $1 billion. It would be a short list, but a lot of people would get money. Even the people that I didn't like, anybody that ever did something nice for me, even if I don't talk to them, they would get something. Nobody needs that kind of money. Just keep that in mind. I don't care about that. I trust you. But yeah, you could message me a number to ticket. I'm not a praying man, but I'll be on my knees for the next 3 hours after I get that number. Jesus, Red Horse Adventure, he's always been a good man. He's been a good man to his wife. He's been a good man to his child. He's moving to the Philippines. He needs the money. Jesus, do the right thing. Do the right thing, Jesus, and we'll get Jesus' ear. You know how many people are praying for that number, for their number? Oh, I got something. Something interesting to talk about. Nothing to do with money, though. I really haven't had time. Jesus. I've been, life is strange. Life is strange. So, thanks for stopping by. I guess you saw what I'm building. I'm building a horse. Red Horse Adventures. I'm building a horse. That's the horse I'm building. It's out of hardened, dry, seasoned cocoa lumber, 2 1/4 inch thick verticals by 4.5 inches wide, and then the horizontals are 1 7/8 by 3.5 and 1 3/4 and by 1 3/4. It'll hold up 1,000 pounds. It'll definitely. So tomorrow I'm going to flip it around the other way. Build a red horse. I could paint it. I tell you what, if you hit the lotto, I'll paint it red. Because I don't have any red paint. But if you hit the lotto, I'll go buy some red paint and then I will, that would be my ass kissing for the year, because that's about all the ass kissing I'm going to do. If you hit the lotto, I already prayed to Jesus. He knows that you bought a ticket. And then the red horse, oh, look. It's a sign. There's a sign. There's red headgear on the horse. Jesus, look at this, Jesus, all the factors that Carl Jung, what Carl Jung called a synchronistic event. Red horse, he's here, Jesus, and there's red headgear on the horse. And I'm building a horse, and I'm going to paint the horse red. Jesus, do the right thing, Jesus. Do the right thing. For once in your life, do the right thing, Jesus. Okay, we're done. We're done. You go pick out a Maserati or something for yourself. And I'll set up a list of materials I need to start building stuff. All right, ladies and gentlemen, Red Horse, Dennis, JP Ortega, thank you for all stopping by. LaRue. And there was a couple other people in the beginning. Flying Circus, thank you. I'm going to say Amping Permi, which of course means take care always. From the Philippines, baby. Bye-bye for now. And remember, pray for the Red Horse Adventure because he needs the money. Take care, Rabbi. All right, Amping Permi, Red Horse. Look, if you're going to be around, I'll call you when the live stream is over. Just let me know. I'll take a look inside. I'm really tired right now. Bye-bye for now. Just leave a message. I'm Pink Permi, which of course means take care always. That's right.